minute. I know I didn't post last week, but I got caught up in the world of TikTok. So for the next 8 videos, yes, you heard that right, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to be doing a series called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So I wanted to differentiate this from the makeup roulette that we do, and I now want to kind of spice it up a little bit. Instead of it being just a red eyeshadow look or so on and so forth, I want to actually do a full face themed around one color. So I'm really excited. I think it might be a challenge as I get to colors I'm not so familiar with, but I think it'll be fun. And at the end, we will do a look compiling all the colors together. Those are usually hot messes for myself, so let's just hope that I learn some skills all the way through that. Alrighty, well, I guess we should just jump right in and get into it. So I'm going to start off, as always, with my eyes. And if you are noticing a little bit more brightness, it's because I got myself a handy light up table mirror, which I'm in love with, and it's super cool. So it's got a touch light and it's really, really bright and fun, so I'm excited for that. So I've already primed my eyes and I set it with a loose setting powder, very little amount, and the one I used was the NYX Pigment Primer. I just had that one on deck, so we're going to use that. It's already set, so we're going into the eyeshadows. Let's get her started. Jumping into my base shade, I think anyone who actually watches my videos will see this pop up more times than anything on my videos. So I'm jumping into the Jeffree Star Morphe collaboration palette, and I'm using that transition shade that I really like. If you're wondering which one it was, take a gander at the one I use all the time. Alrighty, I'm going to jump into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to use the color Grateful, which is the one just above this orange, and I'm just going to buff that into the area right above my crease, and I'm going to feather that out kind of up towards the brow bone. After all that's done, I'm going to jump into the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette, and I'm going to use this red. I'm going to buff the red into where I kind of went, but kind of a little bit lower. Like, so I'm going to stop a little lower than where I went before, but I'm still blending that into there. Hopefully I said that right. God, that was painful to say. After that, I'm going to jump back in to the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to use this color next, and I'm just going to kind of buff that into the actual crease, lightly blending. I am using the same brush, and I have had people ask about that. I use a brush cleaner, and I also clean these weekly. So yeah, I'm going to buff that in to the actual crease, lightly blending up into the red, but not nearly as high as that. So kind of working my way, stacking the colors. Next, I'm jumping back into the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to use this really bright red called Hard On. Hard On. Let's see what you did there, Jaclyn. I see the double entendre. Anyways, so I'm going to use that on my lid. I'm just going to buff that in really lightly. I'm just actually using this as a base layer before I finish my next step. So I'm going to jump back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to use this color Empowered, and I'm going to just use that over my eyelid where I did that. I wet the brush with setting spray because I find the glitter is very difficult for me to grab. If you have any other tips, please let me know. I have a two-ended brush, so I use this end to help me buff it out, and this end I'm just going to use to pack on. For now, I'm going to leave the eyes. So now I'm using the Ordinary Primer, and I'm going to just prime my face, and then we will get on to the foundation. Alrighty, today's foundation, I'm switching it up, and I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and this is in the color Ecru, unfortunately, because of lockdown. I don't actually know the skin color that I am in this, so I took a quiz. This is what it referred to me, so if it screws up, I blame Sephora. We blame them, because I always have bad luck with foundation. So anyways, we're going to add some foundation and get that on our face. Next, I'm taking the Born This Way concealer, and I'm just going to fix up some blemishes. I'm going to try something I read in a book. If I am wrong, please correct me. I've been reading a book written by a makeup artist, but everyone makes mistakes, so if there is a mistake, please let me know. to use two different colors concealer, a bright one for the under eyes and one that's closer to your foundation for blemishes. Because if you use a bright one, apparently it highlights it, which would make sense because I can never hide any of my horrible acne. So I'm going to try this. We're going to see if it works. Now I'm going to use the Clinique HD concealer in a very light shade, which I could not tell you the name of because it's rubbed off, but I'm going to use that on my under eyes. So now I want to set my under eyes, and I am going to do a light buff of my face because I have noticed this new foundation does settle into creases. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills translucent powder, and I'm just going to do the eyes first, and then I will buff out everything else. While I'm letting that set, I'm actually going to jump into my contour palette. Mind you, it is butchered. I have another one coming. So I'm just going to do a light contour of my face. I'm not even going to bother explaining it because everybody's face is different. Find out your face type, find out the contour that best suits it. Alrighty, so the next thing I'm doing is jumping into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm actually having a hard time today. So I'm going to jump into the color Next again. That's the dark one that we went with before, and I'm taking this little teeny weeny little brush, and I'm going to buff that very closely to my under. I'm going to brush this very lightly towards my lash line. Then the next thing I'm doing is I'm jumping into the Huda Beauty palette again, and I'm going to use that red, and I'm just going to buff that over and kind of out and around so that it kind of blends together. The next thing I'm going to quickly do is bronze my face, which I will be using the Marc Jacobs mini bronzer, and I will just do that very lightly. Oh, this one's such a bitch to open though. I have to literally pop it open. You think this button would actually get you to get into it, but no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Excellent design. Whoever you are, you can do better. So the next thing we're going to jump into is blush, and I'm pretty sure you can put two and two together. Blush. Using it, that's it. This is the Sephora blush, so I'm going to use that blush and buff that into my cheeks. I'm hoping it's not going to look too cloudy because that's a lot of red. Now it's time for some lashes, mascara, and liner. So I shall be right back, and I will see you in a quick second.
A few moments later.
Now that I'm back, I've got some lashes on, looking pretty nice. So now let's finish this look up. Now I'm going to go and highlight. I don't obviously have a red highlighter, but I have my Busted Up Makeup Revolution highlighter. Don't worry, I got a lid. But anyways, it's all busted up, but I love this thing. So I'm going to just buff that all over my face. Now, before I finish my lips and finally finish this look, I want to pop a little bit of gold on the in corner of my eye. So I'm going to use this color right here, Taylor. It is a beautiful gold, honestly. And I'm just going to put that on the inside of my eye, just highlighting. So now it's time to jump into our last and final step, and that is lipstick. So I've got a Morphe lipstick here, and it's in the color, not even listed. So it is red, a deep red, and I'm going to put that on my lips. This lipstick is fired. I'm going to go get a different red. This is insanely awful to put on.
More moments later.
So after that fiasco, I'm going to try the Sephora liquid lip and see if I can fix this up. Yeah, it's in red, so it's in red. So let's just hope. Alrighty, I'm going to try something a little weird and different. I'm trying to make this different. So I'm going to jump into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to use that Talia Gold, and I'm going to buff a little bit onto my lip. And I'm going to see how she goes. And then I'm going to top it off with a Younique lucrative Moodstruck Minerals lip gloss. It's just red and I wanted to keep with the theme. And then I'm going to just top it back off with a little bit more gold because I did lose a little bit in the application, but very, very lightly. Alrighty guys, this is the end of the video, the very first installment of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, tribute to an amazing song and such an awesome movie. I really like this starting one, all red all the time. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Super excited with how this turned out. I love throwing the gold onto the lips, so the gold and not having gold highlighter kind of worked out well so that I could kind of incorporate it into a look. Yes. If you'd like to explore my personal social media, I do have TikTok and I also have Instagram. Feel free to check them out. And if you want to see other stuff relating specifically to this channel, feel free to check out the Facebook page and the Instagram page. And if you did like this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it and your girl could use a little bit more help. I would love to get to 60 followers. That would be awesome. So if you guys could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. And honestly, other than that, stay tuned for my next installment. And obviously, since we're going over the rainbow, it will be orange. So stay tuned for the orange look that I will be posting very soon. Thank you for all your continued support, the likes, the love, the comments. I appreciate it all. You guys are marvelous human beings. And until next time, stay beautiful, stay kind, and I will talk to you later. Bye!